Ever wanted to see Scooby-Doo but with more ADHD? No? Well, don't you worry, the Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries have you covered. Apart from the same lineup of Looney Tunes shows from the 1990s, the Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries, much like the other shows of the bunch, has a lot of people who remember it fondly. As someone who never grew up with it, yeah, that description I gave is pretty accurate. In this series, Granny, her dog, Sylvester, and Tweety are mystery solvers, traveling the globe to solve the most implausible, absurd, and downright mysterious mysteries no one else can seem to figure out. All the while, the animals get into hijinks and just overall try to survive each other. And I think that's the biggest issue I have. And honestly, what better to compare it to than Scooby-Doo? With something like Scooby-Doo, they are not a stranger to these kinds of antics, but they are typically woven into the story and around the mystery itself, as formulaic as it may be. Here, they are just trying to apply the same Looney Tunes formula to something similar, and it really doesn't work. More often than not, they are just used as a crux for the episode, and it goes into random hijinks that doesn't really progress the mystery. And when it does, it's completely contrived or by accident. Yes, I know the mysteries in these shows are more of a crux, but why do you think stuff like the Creeper has become such an iconic monster and mystery from the original series? It's because the episode and comedy revolves around the Creeper, not the Creeper revolving around the comedy. And while the culprits are never super surprising, they do make sense, and the effort, as little as there may be, is put in there. And when there are no suspects, it goes in depth about the mystery itself and what goes on behind it. Here, on the other hand, the culprits either only appear once, or never appeared to begin with no explanations of why or how they did it. Honestly, the show itself feels more like it wants to be an excuse to have Sylvester, Tweety, and Hector do their shtick in as many locations as possible. But it makes me wonder why it's even a mystery show if that's going to be the focus. They couldn't just make it The Many Adventures of Sylvester and Tweety or something? I mean, it allowed them a lot more creative freedom. I mean, the best episodes are already the ones without a mystery. And that's ultimately my takeaway. It feels like it wanted to be like those theatrical shorts, as a lot of the humor that we see is the same stuff we get from the much shorter, honestly better made, well, shorts. While something like Tasmania seeks to expand on the idea of the Tasmanian Devil by throwing him into the role of Bugs Bunny, and Animaniacs seeks to fill out the world more by giving us more Warner cartoons outside of the main Looney Tunes cast, this just feels like it wants to try to recapture exactly what made the Looney Tunes popular, and it just doesn't do it well. I mean, it does reference Cool Cat a lot. That's something, I guess. Listen, it's a perfectly fine show, 6 out of 10, but I honestly don't think it needs more investigation as to why I will never come back to it.